In the 21st century learning environment, one teacher's view of attainment could be so different from another. And if we're truly going to use attainment data, and if we're going to measure it against aptitudinal data, against potential, it's got to be accurate. We've got to have data which is truly standardized. And in a world of multiple curricula and multiple assessment rubrics, that can be quite tricky. And in the international community, where students often and increasingly are moving between schools, between sectors, between education systems, we've got to have a way of measuring attainment which can be standardized across it all. We also need a means of measuring attainment which achieves a sort of a dual approach. We need to be able to look at knowledge and understanding. Of course we do, because we all recognize that knowledge and understanding is important. But we also know now that it's nowhere near as important as process and skill. So whatever attainment tool we have has got to be able to identify a kid's attainment in relation to process and skill, as well as knowledge and understanding. And if we have this data, it enables us to do two things. Back in the UK, when I was last working there, the government was obsessed with progress from. The government wanted to know, where was this child 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and how can we be sure we are adding this amount of value to their prior attainment? And that's important, that's valuable, and it's necessary to a point. But what if the prior attainment wasn't actually good enough for that child? What if we knew their aptitudinal data, that prior attainment was too low? If all we're doing in measuring value added is seeing how much we added to an already too low level, then all we're doing is perpetuating that underachievement which started at that young age. So we've got to start looking at progress towards. And that's where we come back to the aptitudinal data. If we truly know that a child could achieve this, then we should be measuring their achievement and their progress towards that, not from this. Now, we use two tests in particular in order to standardize our attainment data. One is the progress in English test, and one is the progress in maths test. We love these in particular because they achieve all of the things I mentioned on the previous slide, and because we can measure them directly against the aptitudinal data we get out of the CATs. So put really simply, for every single student in my school, I know where they could be if everything else went in their favor and where they are now. So you can see then we've got a gap. And it's that gap which it's our job to do something about. If a child has the potential to achieve this and they're only achieving this, then there's something critically wrong. And there's something we've got to do about that.
Go to our website to watch more videos, read sample reports and more.